Hello everyone, this is Danish from jobskillshare.org back with another advice video, and this is going to be a short one. I will create a more detailed one later on. The question is, should I be worried about cloud technologies? Should I be learning cloud? So I basically tell my people that, and when I say my people, most of the people that I'm talking about is from the site, and these are the members on jobskillshare.org. And most of you are actually starting your career in IT. And I still say that for a help desk position and entry level position, you really don't need to worry about too much about cloud. Now you are actually learning about cloud, but you may not know that. If you actually go to the jobskillshare.org homepage, we have been teaching Office 365 library course, and it has about 4,600 people in there. Now the teaching of that course kind of like you get the idea of what kind of services are running on cloud and how important it is getting. The cloud is becoming pretty much important part of our life right now. But for a helpless person or for an entry level person, you're going to learn specific things that is going to be important for you, and that's why we pick Office 365, which is known to the whole market right now. Even if you do this course and you go to the company and they're not using it, still for you to land a job, this is going to be a key because you're saying something, about something that kind of values, and even if they're using Office 365, then bam, you already got something really cool on your resume. And we also kind of like, in our trainings and stuff like that, we also kind of like teach you things that are a little bit, about help desk skills. So I'm not going to talk too much about the help desk over here because I really don't want to confuse my members, and that's why I like to make these things very focused and targeted for them. So if you are help desk and you're going to the entry level job, don't worry about it. You don't need to learn about this AWS backend, and you need to like set up these networking and stuff like that. Don't worry about it. Azure, don't worry about it. Cloud, Google, don't worry about it. Focus on the help desk courses on jobskillshare.org, the one that's right in front of your screen, this one. And if you're doing some A+ certifications and other certifications that somebody else told you, focus on that. You really need to focus on that. If you're a system admin and you want to go towards system administration and you're in help desk, you're already in help desk, or you're going towards a systems administration. I'm not going to go through each and every career in this, so I'm only talking about two. Help desk and systems administrator. These are the people who work on servers and stuff like that. You should be really, really worried about it right now, because back in the days, a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, I was like, hey, cloud is coming. They're taking a little bit, they're taking steps in the companies. You can feel them around here and there, but now you're definitely gonna feel them, because if you're a systems administrator, some of the projects will come to you and it will just kind of like catch you, like it will surprise you. So you don't want to be that person that you're like, hey, this is a totally different career, different skills, different learning. What do I have to do with this? I did my MCSA, I did my servers and everything. I spent so much time on that, so why do I need to do this? It's an extra work. You should hire somebody. Say that to a company, a smaller company, and you will lose your job. This is the IT. You gotta work in this hybrid environment now, where things are so juggled up together, that if you want to call yourself a systems administrator and you work for some smaller IT companies or any companies, they're gonna expect you to know everything. And if you go for bigger companies, then yes, this is where you can see more of very specific skills. They will hire people for that because that's a big company, they can afford it. Recently I was working on a project where I wasn't expecting, and that's how I kind of like got into cloud too. It's like, okay, man, we need to know about this stuff, because now I'm working on a site where a site basically is hosted on a cloud. So basically, like I'm running the site. We're the system administrator of this site, but the site creators and the site support, all of them are not running on our servers anymore. So basically what happened is that right in 2-3 weeks of time, we were told that it's going to be a cloud technology. So this is going to be the project. Of course, it's not going to be like in 3 weeks we're going to change the site like that. It's just that the project, they told us, okay, yeah, we went for this, and now the project is going to be like on this cloud. We need to learn about Azure, and that's what like a lot of people are using, and Amazon, they're using Amazon as a top, and then Azure, then Google. Not into competition kind of stuff. We'll talk about that later on, but these are the main three ones. But I was just kind of shocked how much things that I have to learn on the fly, and if I wasn't mentally prepared for that, or my mind was not positive about IT, and if I was one of those people that, where I can get stuck in this one area and like, no, I'm not going to move from this is where I spend so much time and I'm not going to do this, I would have lost my job, because I definitely cannot proceed. And these are the big projects we're talking about. These are the companies that where their main things are running on these sites. So how can you say no to that? So basically, the task was like, okay, we need to do a single sign-on using cloud, meaning you have your own cloud now. You need your own cloud. You need your own cloud account like that in front of you, which is called Azure in front of you right now. I'm using that. And then basically we have to create some applications in the cloud Azure Active Directory. Remember, these type of words, these type of things you learned in our Active Directory course right here. But if you go to this course, you will never see or nothing about cloud. So this is where things are like, you have to change the whole, learning. And when you see something like this, now we have an Azure Active Directory on the cloud. Isn't that crazy? And in that, I have to create an application, and I have to go to like application registration. I have to create that. I have to work on these applications. I have to give some permissions. I have to get some metadata. I have to work on some manifest. All these are names are going to be extremely new to you when you get into this stuff. But all of this was actually required by a company from me. They couldn't get to my account right here. They couldn't get to my system, which is right in front of me. And so I had to create all of this myself, and I give it to the company, and then their developers were able to do a single sign-on by using whoever was in this Active Directory groups. I'm just showing you this example that how many things happened so quickly and without me knowing about cloud, and I got involved in it as a system administrator. The main key is this, the main point is that I'm telling you that if you think that you're not going to be coming across something cloud in future and soon, then you are mistaking right now, because then you probably will be one of those people who started studying about Exchange, Microsoft Exchange, and now you probably won't hear about Exchange jobs anymore. There are some, of course, there are going to be always some jobs, but back in the days, Exchange administration was, if you knew Exchange, you knew something cool, and you would get paid a little more than just a normal system administrator, because now you know something specific, and it's kind of like a hard job too. Exchange wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy thing to learn. There's so many things that you have to know about Exchange, and now Microsoft took the whole Exchange stuff, Outlook, put it on Office 365, and the whole companies, even the bigger companies, moved to that. Most of them are moving to that, and so fast. Look at the data yourself. Just do some research on it, and how many companies move to Office 365 and they're using that. So if you're thinking you're not going to be coming across something like this, then it's a mistake. And that's why I say to the systems administrator, if you want to become a systems administrator, you should be really worried. You should be definitely learning about cloud. You cannot get away from this. Even the servers now, look go download server 2019-16. They have modules for cloud. Even the SCCM, they have modules, connectors for cloud. Every single thing these days, like my Office 365, just a Word or Microsoft Excel, they have things like that connects to your Office 365 accounts. So if you this is where, and then these applications that they're making are, it's so it's exciting too for someone who's like me who want to learn more, but it's also very boring for people who are used to learning just servers and on the hardware or even on the virtualization. These days, if you look at this right here in front of you, the Azure, the SQL databases and app services, things are changing. Now you won't see a virtual machine where you just put everything in it and that just becomes like a cloud and virtual machine. That's not how it's going to work. It's going to be actually a SQL server running separately, a service running separately, and the application is running inside the app separately, which is like everything is right here. So you have to manage all of this stuff. You have to learn all of this stuff. It gives you a lot of benefits, but at the same time, you need to learn something brand new. So for people like helpless people who wants to get into IT again, do not get confused. This is not for you. You're probably not going to work on this. And I worked with a lot of my team members and other people, and none of the help desk people were logged in once in this area, in this Azure area. Maybe they were logged in and they went to the Active Directory at some point and they have to see the logs or maybe lockouts or something like that, like a password reset over here. But there are other better ways that a system administrator can give access to the help desk, so they usually don't get into this and they don't get confused like, oh wow, what do I have to do over here? And it is so controlled that the same way when we used to give rights to in the Active Directory on the servers, you can do the same thing over here. So it's very controlled. But your focus should be in the help desk courses like these ones, and then of course you're learning something more towards cloud, which is kind of like the new way of doing things, and then we have that Office 365. So focus on that. Don't get confused. If you want to become the system admin, then this is just a short video. I just showed you a little example of that app service, single sign-on, and how many things that I had to do. That's just one simple example of a system administrator doing just one specific task in a big project. So think about how many other things we'll have to do in this area and how many things you have to learn on the fly. So it's better to just start something on the cloud. Maybe you want to go towards Azure. If you think your company is 80% Microsoft, then you should be going towards Azure. If you think that your company is using some other technologies and mixture of things, then I think you should be doing both. I would say Amazon would be another the big one. So just think about that. You don't want to get involved in two different cloud learnings at the same time. Pick one, and I think the rest is just easy because these two kind of uses the same things. It's just the names are different. Technology, yeah, there's a little bit differences in technologies also, but it's kind of like overall it's a same that the idea is the same. The most of the things are like 80% of the things you'll probably find the same things. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys get the main point in this video. I know I did it really fast, and I'm going to make a detailed video where we can just show you some examples right on the Azure and just show you practically like how I like to do it. I'm going to show you practically what did I mean by this video, and that will even make it even more clear to you. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in a different video.